So here I've got a function f of x, and I've picked a point c. I'm looking for the limit as x approaches c. So let me write the limit as x approaches c of f of x. That limit is equal to L. So we had the definition that said for every epsilon greater than 0, there is a delta greater than 0. So f of x minus L, the absolute value of that, so the distance between those two is less than epsilon whenever 0 is less than x minus delta in absolute value. Oh, no, that's wrong. Undo. X minus c is less than delta. So that was our definition. Let me go ahead and add some stuff in. So epsilon, on the pictures from Desmos, I had kind of an epsilon band, and this was L plus epsilon, and this bottom line was L minus epsilon. So I'm going epsilon above and below it so I can see when the distance between f of x and L is less than epsilon. And then I made a delta band around C with Desmos, and those 2 points on the limit, on the boundaries, were C plus delta and C minus delta. So I went delta units up and delta units down to try to get x minus c, the absolute value of that, less than delta. And I have 0 is strictly less than that distance because I don't really care what happens at c. So that's the setup of what I was looking at there. Now I want to think about how to actually find these limits. And so I'm going to go to a new page, continue talking here. So on this new page, I've got this problem here. I want to find the limit, I want to prove, rather, that the limit of, as x approaches 3, of 2x minus 1 is equal to 5. So that's what I'd like to prove. So what that means is, again, my definition is given epsilon greater than 0, there is a delta greater than 0. So that absolute value of f of x, which is 2x minus 1, minus L, which is 5, is less than epsilon whenever 0 is less than x minus 3 is less than delta. So I'm taking this and I'm going to start with this statement here. I'm going to start with absolute value of 2x minus 1, that's f of x, minus 5 is less than epsilon. And I want to get to this last statement here about x minus 3 is less than something. So I'm going to take 2x minus 1 in parentheses minus 5 and make that 2x minus 6 is less than epsilon. And I'm trying to get x minus 3 in parentheses, and I notice that if I take 2 and factor it out, I get x minus 3 in parentheses there. And next I can take, let's see, I can factor the absolute value of 2 out. And then that's really just 2 times the absolute value of x minus 3 is less than epsilon. And then if I divide both sides by 2, I get the absolute value of x minus 3 is less than epsilon over 2. So now I have this absolute value of x minus 3. So now I'm going to say, oh, I wanted it less than delta. I'm going to say, let delta equal this epsilon over 2. So that whenever somebody says, here's an epsilon, So if somebody says, here's an epsilon of 1, I would say, okay, delta equals your epsilon over 2. Or if somebody says, here's an epsilon of 0.5, I would say, okay, get the delta of 0.5 over 2, which is 0.25. Or if they said, okay, here's my epsilon of 0.002, I would say, well, then use a delta of 0.002 over 2, or 0.001. And that's how we could solve that. So now that we've done that scratch work about figuring out, given an epsilon, what delta should be, I can now actually do the proof. That seems like the proof, but that's just all the scratch work that we need. So now I can remember that we said that delta is going to be epsilon over 2 from our scratch work. And so now I'll say, given any epsilon greater than 0, let delta equal epsilon over 2. Then, whenever 0 is less than absolute value of x minus 3 is less than delta, we have, I'm going to take the same statement, or part of it, absolute value of x minus 3 is less than epsilon over 2. Now I'm going to work on this algebraically. I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So 2 times the absolute value of x minus 3 is less than epsilon. And then I'm going to distribute the 2. So I get 2x minus 6 is less than epsilon. And then I'm going to separate this part out so it looks like 2x minus 1 minus 5. So I can get my function 2x minus 1 showing up in there is less than epsilon. And this means that the absolute value of, well, that's what I'm looking for. Absolute value of f of x minus L is less than epsilon. That's what I was looking for there. And so that's what this format here is. And so I can say I've proved it. So whenever 0 is less than the absolute value of x minus 3 is less than delta, we get the function minus the limit is less than epsilon.